Unfilled seats under the English Channel. Eurostar is intentionally leaving hundreds of tickets unsold on peak time trains. It's because border police can't process passports quickly enough on the first services between London and the EU. A direct consequence of the more rigorous passport checks required since Brexit.
It's particularly just frustrating when you're someone who didn't hope to leave Europe. And I think it's really important, especially to my generation, to be able to travel freely. I'm travelling for work today, so it makes a big difference to my ability to do my job in Europe. And it's a real shame.
What have you noticed? What's the difference?
The queues are much longer at the passport controls. There's actually much more separation of people. So if you have a UK passport versus if you have a European passport, there's a clear distinction where you're going. And the lines are wait. With a French passport, personally I have a French passport, so I get through pretty quickly, but I see the UK people spending a lot of times in the queues most of the times.
The pandemic kept travel to a minimum, but following a surge in returning commuters and tourists, wait times increased, to the point that Eurostar capped the number of passengers, leaving peak capacity 30% lower than in 2019.
Since Brexit, British passports are processed separately, and it's meant that passengers are now being asked by Eurostar to arrive 90 minutes before their train departs. But despite that, there are still bottlenecks at Eurostar stations, and it means the trains leaving first thing in the morning are never full, up to 250 seats empty every single day.
Eurostar says it's hoping both the UK and the EU bring in more border police and install extra electronic gates to reduce check-in time at the station. Until that happens, commuters will have to think further ahead to secure a seat at the busiest times. Luke Hanrahan, Euronews, London.